hello. JJ and I are joined by Dan Roark, head coach of the men's and women's cross country and track and field teams, as well as Jake Velazquez. Guys, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
And Coach, I'm going to start with you. The women, I believe, won the second straight LEC title.
I'm going to correct you, third.
Third straight LEC title. What's this group of women been like to work with?
The group, it's hard to separate the men and the women, but the women have been great. They've kind of set the foundation as soon as I got here about a little over 3 years ago, and they were hungry to win cross-country championship, and it's been a core group of women that really stepped up and set that foundation, and I think it's trickled over to the men's side too. Having one on both sides this year, I think that started with the determination and what the women wanted, and I think the guys fed into that too.
What is some things, like, do you guys have any like superstitions that you do before you guys go to meets? Are there some things that you guys like to do that are just kind of like inside stuff between the teams before you just go into it?
Jake, you want to answer that, or?
I mean, I don't know.
So one thing that we do, that we set up a couple years ago, is that we actually write letters for every person on the team. Writes a letter to a different person on the team every week, try to pump them up and just tell them what a great job and a personal reflection for that person. That's the big thing that we do on the bus. So every meet day, everyone gets a letter from someone that they wrote. That's the big thing that we do. And then, yeah, I think that's one of the big ones.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good one. And of course, we have our team circles before every race. We get down and we gotta hype ourselves up before we go and race for real. So that's always like a fun tradition.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely unique. Something that I've never heard anybody else do in terms of, getting ready for a meet in your guys' case. Jake, for you transferred from UMass Lowell this year, and the stats don't lie. I mean, the transition was pretty smooth for you. LEC Runner of the Week 4 times, went to the Division III Nationals. Just talk about your year as a whole, and how do you feel about your accomplishments this year?
My year as a whole has been great. I think it's been a very fun experience getting to hang out, meet the guys on the team, and be in my hometown. It was good to be able to end my cross-country career on a high note, and I'm still pretty emotional about what I was able to accomplish coming from where I was last year to this year. And yeah, I just hope that I can continue the success, but I'm never going to forget my time here because it was a blast, and the team has been like the greatest team that I've ever been part of.
So cross-country and just like running in general, at the end of the day, it's a sport that is very personal. It's something that you have to go through by yourself, and then if you win something by yourself, you can feel much better about it. But if you lose something, it can kind of feel like more of a bummer than like more team sports. What do you do to, like, how is it different from like an actual team sport? I know that you guys have your own team, but
yeah, well, cross country is actually really a team sport. In order to win, you have to have as many guys as close to the front as possible. It's like scoring low, like in golf. And I think for me, winning the LEC title, like, that wasn't all that special as much as it was having the team win. Like, I was way more excited to have the team win than I was to get an individual win. Track, it's a little bit more individualized, but still, I do think that it can be a team sport, but it's all about everybody playing their role correctly. Because if everybody doesn't do their job and play their role, then that doesn't make for a successful team.
I think speaking on that and just showing and trying to explain how it was a team sport, especially at the conference level, we had 20 minutes after the race finished, we had no idea who won.
Yeah, we had no idea.
It was between, ironically enough, Plymouth State and us were 5 points away. And we had a freshman step up big time, run a 90-second PR. So 90 seconds between what he ran and what his personal best was before that would have been a lot more points than if Jake was 90 seconds behind and then getting second place.
You mentioned everyone has to play their own role. What are some roles that some people would have to play?
Well, I think our fifth guy is always our most important man because that is what closes out the points. Our fifth, sixth, and seventh are just as important as me being in first, and I always try to bring up the guys and tell them that I want them to always do like their give it their absolute best, because the last thing you want is to go in and just not give it your all, because then you'll regret it. And I think it's important to fulfill that role, whether it's on the indoor track team and you have sprinters and jumpers. Everyone needs to fulfill their role at their absolute peak, or else it just doesn't feel like the team's working towards something.
Yeah, and I think everyone has a role, whether you're in the top 5, top 7, or if you're the 16th runner on the roster. And I think we really did that and proved that getting a championship on both sides, that the women helped the men and the men helped the women, and we were able to do that.
All right, awesome. And again, guys, congrats on a great season, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Cool. Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys so much.